Okay, so I am now officially in the hot seat. Is this thing on?
Bonjour tout le monde, bonjour and welcome at yet another new episode of the Cleymans. Oh yeah. But before we dive into this episode, and before I call my amazing wife to the screen, first I'm going to tell you what this is about. Because as Chey moved here to Belgium, and I didn't know this myself, but anyone who wants to live in our country has to go through this series of courses. First of all, they have to know how the customs of this country work, and second of all, they have to learn how to speak the language, or just a bit. I don't know about all that, but I do know that Chey is going to have to learn some Dutch, and that's what I'm here to do with her today. Not just with her, with you guys too. I hope that maybe you learn some Dutch as well in the meantime. So, let's see, but before we dive into it, Dutch, that's what we are going to learn today, or just a little bit of the basics, just start at the beginning. But I do have to tell you something that you have to know, that Dutch in English is not called in English you say Dutch. In our language we speak Nederlands. Netherlands? Dutch? What's up with that? Well, I did a little bit of my research, and it turned out that Dutch is derived from the Old English, which literally means a people or a nation. Wow, how cool is that? By the way, small little fact, the word Duchess is also derived from that word Dutch, a people or a nation. A duchess, a duke. A little jump into time. At around the year 1500s, most of Europe was part of most of Western Europe was part of a big Roman Empire. The Belgians, the Dutch people, the Germany, our countries didn't even exist back then. We were just some kind of a region, some kind of a Germanic region, I can imagine. But because it's quite a big region, the Romans they needed some kind of a way to describe where in the German, how do they call it? Yeah, in the Germanic region. So they divided it up into the High Dutch and the Low Dutch. The High Dutch would be then what we know today as Germany, which we call Duitsland. They would say Deutschland, but hey, in English it becomes Germany, the country where the Germans live or so, yeah. And the Low Dutch would be more of a Belgium and Netherlands. It wasn't up until 1815 until the Kingdom of the Netherlands was born. Netherlands, once again, in our country, we would say Nederland, land, a country, and nether would mean low-lying. So actually the Netherlands are the low-lying lands. In Holland, if I were to be in the Netherlands, Holland, what's up with that? Isn't that the same thing? Supposedly it's not the same thing. Holland, also from the Old English, literally means woodland. The woodlands, Holland. We would say, maybe Netherlands would say Houtland. Houtland maybe becomes Holland throughout the centuries, which nowadays Holland is just a province, or some provinces, I don't know about that, in the Netherlands. And up until 1830, Belgium was also part of the Netherlands, but we decided to move our own way. We, as Catholics, had nothing to do with the Protestants, or something like that. Anyways, I do know that in Belgium we do speak Dutch, Netherlands, but then again, maybe not. Maybe we speak Flemish or Vlaams, because in Belgium we speak three national languages. There is German, Francais, and Netherlands. Yeah, we live in the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium. We call it Vlaanderen. Y'all will call it Flanders. And in Flanders, people speak Flemish. Flemish is a bit like Dutch. Well, actually, it is Dutch. It's a bit like... What language do y'all people speak in America? You speak American? Do you, baby? I can imagine. Merkin starts with an M. Yeah? Okay. The way that Merkin relates to British is about the same way as Flemish would relate to Dutch. Well, I have to tell you before we dive in that actually Dutch and English, they're kind of related. They're both Germanic. Is that the way to say it?
Germanic.
Germanic languages. Okay, good to know. So maybe there'll be some kind of an overlap, or there won't be too many differences in between there, but I'm sure there's many still yet to come. Well, anyway, in Europe we developed this kind of a framework in order to learn languages. How can we speak about learning languages in a way that would be clear to everyone? So we developed this ERK, the European Reference Frame, would be an F in English. It's got six levels, going from an A1, A2 to a B1, B2 to a C1, C2. C2 would be advanced, would be at university level of scientific language usage, understanding, reading, speaking, stuff like that. Beginning at the start, A1 and A2. That is what you are required if you would like to stay here in Belgium. If you would like to come to Belgium, live in Belgium, stay in Belgium, you're required to master those first two levels. First level, A1, basically comes down to, are you able to introduce yourself? At the second level, it's more like in a small, short, conversational thing in a social setting. Can you talk about yourself? Very simple, very basic, in a different language as to understand very clearly. So I hope that you guys are ready. I hope you're buckled up, you get some popcorn, and enjoy the show.
All right, so I am ready. I am ready to either show off or at least show up and see what I've learned so far in my 5 months here in Belgium. Here we go. Baby, what you got for me? To introduce myself in Dutch, I would say, ik ben Cheyenne Cleymans. Ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. Ik spreek heel goed Engels. Ik ben 31 en ik hou van choco. That's what I would say. So to repeat, in English, I believe I just said, hello, I am Cheyenne. I speak a little bit of Dutch. I speak very good English. I am 31 years old and I love chocolate. I should have said, ik hou van pindakaas. How'd I do? Did I do okay? Okay, so baby, if I wanted to say where I was from here in Belgium, or maybe if I wanted to say where I was from in America, how would I say that in Dutch?
As in, ik kom van Amerika.
Ik kom from America?
Ik kom van.
Oh, ik kom van Amerika. That in English would mean I come from America. Yes?
Absolutely.
Je.
En waar in Amerika ben jij geboren?
Ik geboren van New York. Ja?
We would say, ik ben geboren in.
Because ik ben is I am. So ik ben, I am born. Ik ben, oh wow. I am not Ben, by the way. I am Cheyenne. Ik ben bara geboren. That must start with a G. Yeah? Oh, in the Dutch, the G is not G.
Good job.
Ugh. See, my mouth has to. I mean, not. That's the real Flemish. So, okay. Ik ben geboren. Ik ben geboren in New York. Syracuse, New York. Represent! Go Cuse!